Hi, you here to get your measurements taken? Yeah, I can take a walk. You can come on back. Okay. I am gonna measure you in inches just 'cause that's a little bit easier than measuring in centimeters. We're not in Europe. I don't know what to tell you. You can, you can like look it up. Not hard. Okay, well, where would we first start with? Okay. Alright, so actually a lot different from it would be. Let's have a look. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and measure. Here. Okay, that's not bad. I'm gonna measure up here. Goodness, your forehead's a lot bigger than what I initially thought it was. Okay, let's go ahead and measure the space between your eyes. Okay, it's small, centimeter. Aging height. Okay, let's go ahead and measure the distance from your shoulder. And okay, it's pretty unusual. These are really like short color sequence. Your medical conditions I need to be aware of. Oh, so you're just unfortunate. I'm gonna go ahead and take distance from your chin to about the end of your teeth. Okay. Let's you have that in your hand for me so I can measure the distance from the bottom of the palm to the top of it. It's just like that. Let's go. Now I'm going to need you to hold super still so I can measure the distance from the inner part of your eyebrow down to the base of your neck. Alright. Okay, drop to your head. And steady. And down. We want you to turn to the side so I can measure from your chin to about where the hinge in your jaw is. And that's that. That's good. That's good. Now I'm going to need you to hold still so that they can measure around the bottom of your lip. You need to measure the bottom of the circumference around the bottom of your lip. So that's pretty good. Pretty good. So let's simply start here. Let's see. Right. That's good. Now I need you to turn your head to the side a bit so I can measure the ears. And there. There. Right there. Let's do that. The teaspoon. Snip it around. My desk is best. Alright, now I can assume how real nice and big for me so I can measure your teeth, 1 to 2. Very good, very good. Snip. And down. And now right hand to take. Unless you might refrigerator is supposed to. Now I'm going to measure the gap between your ear and your actual face because you do have detached ears. My earlobes are attached. You have detached ears. So I'm measuring that. It's okay. Pretty good. It's not too big. You don't have gauges. So this is my right. So you need to measure. Okay, I need to measure the width of your knees. So if you wouldn't mind to just turn second. Ooh, that's wide knees. Are you a jumper or runner? Oh, that's what you do. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. Not right. Last time I'm sure. Measure distance from shoulder blade diagonally to hip bone. Okay. So, make the bone, measure from your shoulder, and diagonal. Okay. Good. Good. That's one. That's one. Alright. Last one. Need to measure the speaking. Okay. And from very good. Very good indeed. Good. Like that. And last one measure here. This. So, ooh. If you would mind to remove the wig, fine. So I can measure if I got super okay, yeah, definitely cousins, not sisters. No, I don't even think I related. Who do you go to see to like get them fitted? Or you don't? What do you get them waxed, or do you do it at home? You like? Why would you pull them out manually? I'm not trying to be judgmental, but I don't recommend ripping your eyebrows out by yourself. That's not. You know, that's fine. Whatever. Okay. Couple last things to measure. Okay, can you stand real still while I measure from the crown of your head down to your like shoulder, base of your neck where they meet, basically. Yeah. Alright. Okay. Very good, very good. It's not bad. Okay. Now I need you to like stop talking for a second so I can measure from one side to the other side of your jaw. It's like super uncomfortable to like have your chin strapped, I know. Okay. Okay. No. Okay. Here we go. And what else do you need to measure? Mm-hmm. No, that's the end of the request. Okay. I'll go ahead and wrap up my measuring tape then. What were you getting these measurements for anyway? You just needed them for whatever. Just good to have, I guess. I don't know. And sometimes the most random things are like, you end up like needing them when you least expect it. Yeah, that's why I keep all the random things in my purse. I live out of my purse. I bought a new one recently because this big whole Juicy Couture tote bag I had. I put everything in her. I lived out of her. I used her as a luggage. She was holding on to thoughts and prayers. So, yeah. So they're like really good quality bags because it lasted a lot longer than I thought it would. And I got it on sale too, so definitely worth the money. I only ever bought one. I want to get more, but I never have the time. to like go out and get one, you know? I want to make a girls trip and I can go with a friend, but whether or not I have friends from this century is like a big question, you know? But yeah. Cool. Here are your measurements.